The B bomber aircraft recently received a lot of interest because on June 21st, 7 B-2 bombers took off from Missouri, the Whiteman Air Force Base, and they flew more than 30 hours deep into Iran on a mission to destroy 3 nuclear sites. So today I'm going to talk a little about these unique aircraft, B-2 bombers. It's very famous for its capability of stealth, which means non-detectable by radar. Now, first of all, the B-2 aircraft has no vertical stabilizers, tail fins, or fuselage protrusions, just a smooth flying wing configuration. The shape reflects radar waves away from the source instead of back to the radar receiver, minimize detection. And also the skin of the aircraft is coated with a special material that absorbs radar energy rather than reflect it. And also the engine are buried deep within the wing and use the ace-shaped inlets to shield the turbine blades from radar view. The exhaust is cooled, mixed with surrounding air to reduce infrared signatures, make it harder to track with heat-seeking missiles. Lastly, as you see from the images, all edges, inlet panels, bomb bay doors are carefully aligned, often at parallel or 90-degree angles to prevent corner radar reflections. So this is why it's invisible to radar. Now, you probably also heard from the news that this aircraft, the B-2, needs multiple refuelings during this 30-hour mission. Let me tell you why, okay? It's designed for long-range global missions, right? Requiring, flying across multiple continents, okay? It often carries heavy payload, up to 40,000 pounds of missiles. Okay. Without refueling, the B-2 has a fuel capacity about 167,000 pounds, which means in terms of range, it's about 6,000 nautical miles, which is impressive, but not long enough for intercontinental missions. This is why it requires refueling. Now, the reason is if you look at a classical aircraft, the fuel tanks are under the wing and also under the fuselage, right? But the B-2 stealth profile design limits external fuel tanks, okay? So because the limited external fuel tanks and the aircraft must carry all the fuel internally, which constrains the volume comparing to traditional bomber aircraft. Okay, its flying wing design is optimized from stealth, which means invisible to radar, but also endurance at subsonic speed, but not maximizing internal volume for fuel storage. So that's why it requires several refueling during this 30-hour long mission.